Before you replace your starter, blame the battery, or start thinking your transmission is failing, there is one part that can create all of those symptoms and fool you into wasting money on the wrong repair, and that part is the flywheel. Because when a flywheel goes bad, it usually does not announce itself in one obvious way. It can sound like a starter problem, feel like a clutch problem, act like a transmission problem, and even cause starting issues that come and go. That is exactly why so many people miss it. So in this video, I am going to show you the most common signs of a bad flywheel, how to tell if your flywheel is bad, what a bad flywheel sounds like, whether it can cause starting problems, how long you can drive with it, and what replacement usually costs. And stay with me, because one of the last symptoms is the one people always misdiagnose. First, let's keep this simple. The flywheel is the heavy rotating part attached to the engine. In a manual transmission car, it works with the clutch to transfer power smoothly. In an automatic, it is usually a flex plate, but many people still call it the flywheel. Either way, when that part gets worn, cracked, warped, or damaged around the teeth, the car can start acting very strange. Now let's go straight into the signs. The first major sign is a strange noise when starting the engine. This is one of the biggest red flags. A bad flywheel noise can sound like grinding, scraping, clunking, rattling, or a harsh metallic noise right when you turn the key or press the start button. If the teeth around the flywheel are worn or damaged, the starter may not mesh properly. That creates a grinding sound that a lot of people assume means the starter is bad. And this is where people get trapped. They replace the starter, spend the money, install the new part, turn the key again, and the same noise is still there. Why? Because the real problem was the flywheel. The second sign is inconsistent starting. Yes, a bad flywheel can cause starting problems. If some of the teeth are chipped, worn down, or missing in one section, the engine may crank fine one time and struggle the next. That is because the flywheel stops in different positions. So if the starter happens to hit a damaged section, it may spin and fail to engage properly. That inconsistency is what makes this problem tricky. A weak battery usually gives you a more predictable pattern. A bad starter may fail more consistently, but a damaged flywheel can make the car seem fine one moment and broken the next. The third sign is vibration, especially in manual cars. If the flywheel is warped, cracked, or has heat damage, it may no longer spin evenly. And once that happens, you may feel vibration through the clutch pedal, the floor, the seat, or even the whole cabin. Some drivers describe it as a shudder. Others say the car feels rough when taking off from a stop. Most people will call this a clutch problem only, but it is not always the case. Sometimes the flywheel surface itself may be uneven or damaged, and that changes how everything engages. The fourth sign is clutch slipping or poor engagement. If you drive a manual, this one is important. A damaged flywheel surface can keep the clutch disc from gripping properly. If the surface is glazed, burnt, uneven, or full of hot spots, the clutch cannot hold the way it should. That can make the engine rev higher while the car struggles to accelerate normally. At that point, people often say, "My clutch is slipping," and they may be partly right. But if the flywheel surface is bad, replacing just the clutch and ignoring the flywheel can lead to the same problem coming back. The fifth sign is rough shifting. If your manual transmission suddenly feels harder to shift, less smooth, or more awkward when changing gears, do not assume the gearbox is automatically the problem. A bad flywheel can affect clutch operation enough to make shifting feel rough or notchy. So if rough shifting shows up together with vibration, slipping, or noise, the flywheel should absolutely be on your suspect list. Now here is where it gets even more confusing. If you drive an automatic, you can still have flywheel-related symptoms. In automatic transmission vehicles, people are often referring to the flex plate. Symptoms of a bad flywheel automatic transmission setup can include rattling, knocking, hard starting, and noise coming from the bell housing area. A cracked flex plate can make a repetitive metallic noise that changes with engine speed. And because that noise seems to come from the transmission area, many drivers think the transmission is failing when the actual problem is the flex plate. That is an expensive misunderstanding. The sixth sign is visible damage if inspected. Now obviously you usually cannot fully inspect the flywheel without removing the transmission, but if it is exposed during repair, what does a bad flywheel look like? Look for deep grooves, cracks, blue heat spots, burnt patches, scoring, worn teeth around the outer ring, or an uneven surface. If the teeth are chipped or missing, that can explain starting issues. If the surface is discolored or covered in hot spots, that can explain shudder, slipping, or rough engagement. A good flywheel should not look chewed up, burnt, or cracked. The seventh sign is a burning smell after driving. This one gets ignored a lot. If the flywheel and clutch are overheating from slipping, excessive friction, or repeated abuse, you may notice a burnt smell after stop-and-go traffic, hill starts, or hard driving. Many people assume it is just the clutch, and sometimes it is, but the flywheel may also be heat damaged and contributing to the problem. So how do you check a bad flywheel before tearing the whole car apart? Start with the pattern. Listen during startup. Do you hear grinding or scraping? Listen during shutdown. Do you hear rattling or clunking? Pay attention when the car cranks. Does it fail only sometimes? Notice whether the car vibrates more than normal during idle, acceleration, or clutch engagement. If it is a manual, ask yourself whether the clutch feels smooth or whether it shudders, slips, or engages strangely. And if the transmission is coming out for any reason, inspect the flywheel carefully. That is not the time to guess. Now let's answer a question people ask all the time. How long can you drive with a bad flywheel? Not as long as many people hope. If the damage is minor, the car may still move for a while, but that does not mean the problem is harmless. A bad flywheel can damage the starter, worsen clutch wear, increase vibration, and leave you stuck with a no-start condition at the worst possible time. If a flex plate cracks badly enough, it can go from an occasional noise to a much more serious failure. So yes, you may still be able to drive it for a bit. But no, that does not mean you should. And what about seized flywheel symptoms? A seized flywheel is less common, but when it happens, the engine may struggle to turn, the starter may sound heavily loaded, or the engine may refuse to crank at all. In severe cases, forcing it can damage other parts, so if the engine acts physically stuck, do not keep cranking it repeatedly and hoping for the best. Now let's talk money. In many cases, the flywheel part itself may cost somewhere around $40 to $1,600, but the expensive part is the labor, because getting to it usually means removing the transmission. That is why many flywheel jobs end up in the range of about $500 to $2,000 or more, and if you are already in there doing a clutch too, the total can climb even higher. So here is the bottom line. The most common flywheel problem symptoms are grinding noise, rattling, starting problems, vibration, clutch slipping, rough shifting, burning smell, and visible damage like worn teeth, cracks, or heat spots. A bad flywheel noise can fool you into blaming the starter. A damaged flywheel can cause starting problems that seem random, and in both manual and automatic vehicles, it can imitate bigger problems and push you toward the wrong repair. So before you replace parts blindly, check the pattern. Listen to the sound, pay attention to when it happens. Because sometimes the part causing all the trouble is not the starter, not the battery, and not even the transmission. It is the flywheel. And if this video helped you, subscribe and watch the next video on diagnosing a vacuum leak in your vehicle.